Hello everyone, and welcome to Holistic Healing with Deepshika. During the day, we are often lost in thought. More often than not, thinking about something that has happened in the past, and a lot of times wishing or hoping or wondering how the present would have been had things worked out a certain way. At times, something as simple as a smell or a sight or a song takes us right back to a time in our past, again bringing in thoughts and wishes. So today, let us discuss about memories and yearnings, starting with what is the difference between the two and how we can navigate the memories of our past and transform yearnings from what could have been into something positive and an empowering energy. To start with, let us understand what memories are. Well, the simplest way of defining the word memories is something remembered from the past. Memories are an integral part of who we are. They shape our identity, remind us of our journeys, and provide insight into the lessons we've learned. They are not just stories from the past, but also can be a source of wisdom and strength in the present. Whereas, when we talk about yearning, it is basically a feeling of intense longing for something. It can be a person, a relationship, a job, an event, anything. Put simply, it is basically wishing for things to be a certain way based on how things were in the past. Now the question is that why are we even discussing memories and yearnings? Well, that is because what happens usually is that we as humans have a tendency to get into a thinking loop where it starts with remembering something from the past, but if not careful, we get stuck in what ifs and I wishes. Wishing things could have been different or imagining how life could have turned out if only we had made some different choices. And when we do this, that is where we move from being in gratitude to having feelings of dissatisfaction, being angry, being sad, or such like things. In fact, the yearnings can further develop into a future that can have everything that is wrong with the world. Of course, not actually, but in our head. Where remembering something or having memories is a good thing and can have a lot of positive effects on us, as our past also holds a lot of wisdom and knowledge, yearning for something that is no longer present can feel like a tug of war within us. Whether it's a relationship, a time in our lives, or an opportunity we missed, yearning creates a mental and emotional space where we feel disconnected from the present moment. This longing can create an energetic imbalance in our bodies and minds. It's as if we are trying to hold on to something that no longer serves us. When we yearn for something in the past, we are not just longing for a memory. We are resisting the present moment. We are energetically tethered to something that no longer exists, draining our vitality and preventing us from fully experiencing life as it is now. When we yearn for what is lost, we are often blind to the new opportunities that are right there in front of us. The great philosopher and poet Rumi beautifully captures this. Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes around in a new form. So how do we handle memories and not get caught in yearning for the what ifs? Does it mean that we should completely ignore our past or never talk about it? Or does it mean that every time we mention our past, we are yearning for how things were? Well, what I have learned is that life pans out exactly how it has to. And believe me, I have been through all the stages, from ignoring the things that had an impact on my life, especially the ones that weren't as pleasant, to getting stuck in the loop of wishing how things could have been different and telling myself how stupid I was to not have made this choice or that choice, or should have made a certain choice, to at times even convincing myself that I had made all the wrong choices and life would have been very different had I just been better at handling people and situations. Because the truth is that life will happen exactly how you need it to be and not how you wish it to be. So the most important thing I learned after I got into healing was that we have to learn to honor the past, but also to release it, knowing that what was once part of us can transform into something new and beautiful. Instead of letting our memories control us or cause us pain, we could use them as stepping stones to healing and growth. After all, memories are not just about the past. As the famous author and spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle once said, the past has no power over the present moment. This quote serves as a reminder that while we can't change what happened before, but we always have the power to change how we react to it. So, how can we navigate our memories and yearnings in a way that empower us? How can we shift from a place of longing for the past to living fully in the present? Here are a few steps that can help us move from being stuck to flow. The first step is to acknowledge and accept our feelings. As I mentioned in the earlier episodes, the first step in healing is always acknowledgement. Because everything that is happening to you or that you are feeling is meant to be. So that is why let it happen. Let those feelings flow through you. And that can only happen if you acknowledge and accept your feelings. Avoiding or repressing emotions only gives them more power. Instead, sit with your feelings without judgment. This might be uncomfortable, but it's essential to release the emotional charge they hold. Please understand, the pain you're feeling is not because of what could have been, it is because you're avoiding the present. And with that, we come to the next point, which is focus on the present moment. Our memories live in the past, and yearning takes us into the future. But true healing happens in the present. Energy healing practices emphasize the importance of being present and grounded in the now. When we bring our focus to the present moment, we begin to shift the energy we carry. To help with this, you can try grounding techniques like walking barefoot on the earth, practicing mindfulness, or even simply noticing the sensations in your body. These activities bring you back to the present and allow you to detach from any heavy energy tied to memories or yearnings. Next, what can be done is reframe your memories. Reframing is a powerful technique that involves shifting your perspective on a situation. Instead of seeing a memory as a source of regret or longing, ask yourself what lesson or gift it gave you. What wisdom did you gain from that experience? How did it shape you into the person you are today? And the best thing to do is be grateful. Gratitude can be life-changing. Am I grateful for all the life experiences that I have had? Yes. Or at least I'm learning to be and see them in a different perspective. Do I wish things had been different? Well, it's more like I wouldn't have complained if at times things had not been as difficult. But do I wish for anything to have been different? Or me to have made different choices? Not at all. Why? Well, I wouldn't be the person that I am today, had even a single thing happened differently. And to let you in on a secret, I've finally started liking myself for who I am. And with that, we come to the point of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting our energy. When we focus on the things we are thankful for in our present life, it becomes more easier to let go of what we are yearning for. Gratitude reminds us that there is always something to be grateful for, even in times of loss or longing. Simplest way to do it is to list down 5 things you are grateful for before you sleep. If you don't have the time to write them down, just make a list in your head and feel the gratitude in your being. And lastly, you can seek a healer to help you release such emotional attachments to the past. In energy healing, we believe that emotional attachments to the past can create blockages in our energy field, preventing us from fully embracing the present. Techniques like Reiki, chakra balancing, and guided meditations can help release these attachments. By clearing stagnant energy, we create space for new opportunities to flow into our lives. Remember that healing is not about forgetting the past, but about honoring it and choosing to move forward. Your memories have shaped you, but they do not define you. You have the power to transform your energy, embrace the present, and open yourself to the future with hope and joy. And as we wrap up today's episode, remember these words from the Dalai Lama. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. You are not your past. You are not your yearnings. You are a living, breathing being in the present moment, and you have the power to shape your future. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope this episode has given you the tools to embrace your memories and release the energy of yearning. Remember, healing is a journey, and you are always moving towards more peace, more growth, and more joy. Until next time, take care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit. Thank you.